But after the tragic news that we got last season, let's just reflect on a whole journey that Flash Gigglespeed has had. But as we remember, him getting hurt in his senior year, he only had 4 offers, committed to Kansas State, absolutely freshman season, took over and won Heisman. And I mean, putting up numbers that the shortest running back ever would have never put up. He was going insane. Absolutely, sophomore season, won Heisman again. But sadly, we fell short of that conference championship and didn't even make it to the playoffs that year. So it was big news and we needed change with him committed to the USC Trojans, where this might have been the worst pick that he's ever done because it came with real problems. Absolutely being locked up, released from the team. He didn't know what was next for him. But out of all of these great schools, none of these schools gave Flash Gigglespeed a chance until one of the worst and trashiest team that I ever thought about, FAU, has gave him a chance. But this chance came with a lot of problems. He would never ever get to run that ball ever again, and absolutely winning Heisman 3 years in a row wasn't enough. Coach said, yeah, buddy, you're going to cornerback. That is the only chance I'm going to give you, and you're going to be number 5, and you're going to work your way all the way back up that depth chart. But absolutely being dug all the way in the dirt and having to work his way back up, him not working out after he went to jail, he dropped to 73 overall, so he has a lot of work to do. But going into the first practice, he got to see the field, and bam, he cleaned his clock and said, Coach, I might have been gone, but I ain't been gone long enough. But almost coming away with his first interception. His teammate will intercept the ball, and man, I tried to lay some blocks out there. But going into the next play, I don't know if this tight end has super strength, but that boy was strong. But out of all of these things, let's talk about the number 35. Who wears the number 35? I guess Flash Gigglespeed is, but it's kind of trash if you ask me. But going into the next play, having a hard flat, and boy, I'm telling you, if he would have threw that ball my way, it was going to the crib. I don't know what the offensive coordinator was thinking about running the same play twice, and I said, knock that ball out of there. You ain't gonna try me. Look how I get that hand in there, knock that ball out. That's great technique. And for somebody that has never played cornerback, is doing great out there, but getting burnt the next play, that wasn't great at all. But coming down and bamming him and showing him that I would flatten his chest out, man, I about came away with my first interception. But to end practice off on a good note, I came down on this hard flat and made a pretty big hit again, and coach said keep working and soon you'll be able to challenge that next string. On into our first game against the University of Miami. After having such a bright future and not being able to touch that field early, I'm not gonna lie, this really sucked. And this right here is the exact example of somebody being a 5-star recruit coming out of high school and think they're gonna go to college and play. No sir, you're gonna sit on that bench and learn and work your way up, and if you get in trouble like I did, you're gonna sit on that bench again and work your way back up. But with Flash Gigglespeed, being able to see another football field was amazing, man, because he was on verge to never see a football a day in his life, or college football at that. But being a great teammate and ruining my teammates on, man, they were going down to score, and I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm ready for my chance. And no offense, but with the programs that I was with, and I go to practice and see this defense, man, we are terrible. But if you were to ask me if we had a chance at that national championship this year, I would tell you we have absolutely no shot. We are terrible, but we absolutely are getting blown out right now. 49-28. We lose our first game, and I had 0 stats at all. You didn't see me touch the field. Not seeing that field at all. Practice is where I get my film, and I'm telling you, I'm coming out intense every play. Yeah, sad to say, I don't have any friends at FAU, but I promise you one thing, I'm gonna treat them like my enemy. And be honest, a 5'9", 190, would you be scared of me, bro? You might say no, but I'm telling you one thing, I'm gonna come down that corner and I'm telling you, I'm gonna boom you like I just cleaned this clock. And yeah, you might call me a little different, but bam, I'm gonna get up and stare you in your eyes right after, because I don't care. But absolutely coming down with another big hit. Coach said next week you can challenge that next string, son. But man, I can tell you one thing, I've never been that kid that always sits on the bench and just watch my teammates play, but man, I'm starting to figure out why they used to always crack jokes, and you know, it really hurt inside, man. It makes you just you're angry. Flash Gigglespeed has always been a strong-minded kid and never really gave up, but this right here might be the hardest thing that he's ever been through. Fighting to get his spot back is something that he's never did. He's always been so good that, you know, the coaches just really kind of gave it to him, but it's kind of been in his head, but he's just gonna keep riding the bench until his chance is called. I mean, going to practice every day and giving it all you got. I mean, at some point they're gonna give me a chance after we keep taking all of these loses. Oops, I meant losses. But I absolutely end the game off with 0 everything again. But being 5th on the depth chart is kind of embarrassing. So going against Jay McKithen on the first play of practice, man, I intercept that ball with one hand and said, I'm gonna take your spot. I don't care. I'm not gonna be that kid not getting any girls at the parties because I'm 5th string. Man, catching that ball with one hand and doing unordinary things like Duke be doing. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all boys. I'm glazing. I'm sorry. But going into the next play, I absolutely came and put my head in his chest. Oh man. But getting laid during practice. I wasn't even in my zone, but I said I was going to ball hawk that ball to show coach I'm doing anything to try to get on that field. With winning the position battle, I'm now number 4 on the depth chart, and hopefully I go to the parties and all the girls are on me. But with not having the right mindset and trying to pull girls, that's not the mindset to have if you're trying to get on that field. But going into our next game, after winning that position battle, I would have thought I was going to be on that field, but I'm watching the kickoff return, and man, they about took it back. But y'all cannot believe who our special teams coordinator was. Jet Baduki was our special teams coordinator. So talking to him, I finally got back on the field just a little bit, and finally touching the field the first time, man, I came down and was just trying to be contact to the play. With my playing time starting to pick up, I was just trying to get a part of the play every time, and on 3rd and 6, hitting the QB, man, I forced the incompletion. I was just happy to be out there. But holding South Florida to 3, man, that was a great start from us, but getting on kickoff, man, I was fired up just to go down there, so I was head hunting. I said, bam, I absolutely laid a big hit on him. Being the eye in the sky and dropping back to safety, I had a middle read zone, and on 2nd and 4, he caught that ball, and boy, I laid a big hit on him. Well, coach taking me out of the game, they absolutely go down and score, and man, why would you take me out of the game? We were absolutely doing good, but on punt return, going down there, boy, you better fair catch, because next time I'm going to take your head off. Not literally, but physically, but making my first fumble with a big hit, man, I laid that dude out, and on 1st and 10, I almost had a sack, but he absolutely gets the ball off, and man, he was gone. I gave up on the play, and I stopped, man. Coach is going to cuss me out for that one, but he didn't even cuss me out. He just told me respectfully, you make another mistake, you're going to be demoted back to the 5th string cornerback, and I said, that's not going to happen. Bam! Oh, man. Hitting like that is going to get your name known, but missing the sack with the quarterback tucking that ball down and going to get the first down, man, I was disappointed. With us being down 27-14, I did the most selfish thing that I could ever do. Took the punt return from my teammate and said, I want to go back to my running back days, and started getting nowhere. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely made another big play, and on 3rd and 9, man, I was getting blocked up by this old lineman, but that didn't stop me from making a tackle. Going into the next play on 2nd inches, man, I'm a $150, and coming down in that hole and seeing that running back is about 250, boy, I got kind of scared. And I don't know about you, but Flash Gigglesby retired his decision of coming back to even play football, but we go on to lose our 3rd game in a row, but I ended the game off 11 total tackles and 1 forced fumble. Not bad. Being 4th on the depth chart and having a decent game last game with 11 total tackles, coach gave me, bam, the chance to go up the depth chart. When I tell y'all boys, I will wake up every day ready to go to practice because I know I was going to get better and know I was going to take somebody, bam, spot every day. I'm not here to play with you all. So going into the next play, having a hard flat, I came down and laid a big hit on him, but having a hard flat again, I wasn't in my zone at all, but bam, the quarterback ran me over. Dang, he's kind of strong. Our quarterback's bam, 220. I'm not laying no big hits. I don't know why I'm saying boom, but I'm number 3 on that depth chart. After moving up the depth chart again, man, it was time that I come out here and show these boys that I'm going to break records in this game. And coming down on kickoff, I was going to get that tackle regardless. You see, I went to go get it. Yes, sir, I did. To start the game off, we went down 7-0, and bam, I came down and laid a big hit. That's the way to start the game. And on 2nd and 12, this QB was scrambling, so I went down and put him to that ground. With the great call from their offensive coordinator, them boys went to go get a first down, and I said that's a little bit too much. So on 1st and 10, the quarterback tried to run, and I came down, and boy, I'm telling you, I wanted to clean the clock, but that boy like 225. That's a heavy dude. But man, still almost coming away with my first interception of the season. Man, I'm hungry for one, but them boys absolutely trying to get in that box as I make a tackle on the goal line, and they did not go in, but they are running that ball as hard as they can. I can tell you that much. But on 1st and 10, boy, I'm telling you, I'm getting closer and closer to getting an interception. I knocked that ball out, and oh man, I'd lay another big hit. That was almost one right there, and on 3rd and 10, man, I'm telling you, I'm on that ball like swimwear. But on 4th and 4, Middle Tennessee absolutely are trying us by going for it, and I mean, I had great coverage, and my teammate came down and tackled him, but on 2nd and 4, man, I'm in that backfield all night. I'm not here to play, but having a man-to-man, you're not catching any balls on me, ayo. Coming down on bam, 2nd and 5, I'm here to clean clocks and lay you flat. Just like a pancake, you lay it on a skillet. That's how I'm here to lay you, buddy. But on 4th and 12, I said I'm going to come down on punt return and lay another big hit and throw him to his teammates. With it being 21-6 on 1st and 10, this QB was running that ball too much. They are getting too much of a gain every time they run that ball. And on 3rd and 5, I'm trying to come away with that interception, but I let him get a first down. Getting sent to the bench, man, they will go down and score. And he only sent me to the bench because that was my fault. He shouldn't even caught that ball, but oh man, I'm coming away with that interception soon and coming away with another big hit and punching that ball out. Look at that, man. I punched that ball out. That is great technique. It might be the small things, but I'm doing something right here, buddy. On 3rd and 19, being in a man-to-man man, I absolutely don't know why the QB threw the ball. I guess it's because I'm short, but I knocked that ball out with the great technique that I have. It don't matter any size that you are, the technique, bam! I cleaned this clock that absolutely hurt myself. Sometimes you're going to hurt yourself if you want to win. And getting closer and closer to getting that interception, man, it's coming soon. And on 2nd and 5, I spoke that thing into existence, man. I will intercept that ball, and you see it 21-13. I'm going to take it all the way to the crib. And I was not here to play, man. I was hyped up. And after that, man, it was like I got a little thing of boost. I was just hitting out there. I mean, it was like I wasn't scared of nothing. 225 or what? Bam! I was cleaning clocks. I'm telling you, I was coming with it with a sack. Oh, man. I was having a game. But, man, Coach Alder, look at that, man. All the coaches dapped me up and said, welcome, buddy. But I made another tackle, and on kickoff, it's 35-13. And to put the icing on the cake, it was time to go down and lay a big hit on him. Get down to the ground. We were going to win the ball game, and I ended the game off for 20 total tackles and 1 interception. After I've already overcame 2 position battles, it's time to win this one so I can now be the number 2 cornerback on the depth chart. And it didn't start off well. And when I say getting the top took off, they were trying me, but I got lucky that he was dropping the ball at least. But having a man-to-man and blitzing, man, I went to go get a sack. I don't care what coach was talking about. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys, it didn't get me far. It got me missing another tackle and also not playing so well in practice. And you know what that led to? Me failing to win the position battle. So you gotta listen to coach, fellas. But after failing the position battle, going into our next game against Rice, I absolutely threw him to the ground. I'm not here to play for you. I will stare you down because you suck. Yeah, man, with the harsh words that I was saying, standing on business was definitely needed to be infected. I came down there and laid a big hit on him. But on 3rd and 7, he was running that ball, and that's a great tackle for loss. On 1st and 10, I was headhunting to hit that boy again, and I'm telling you, that running back was going to have a headache by the end of the night. But getting back on kickoff, man, I was sprinting. Bam! I absolutely was not here to play. On 3rd and 9, I had a blitz, and I absolutely got blocked up, but this was what you call a player. Beat there at the right time as I got on that ball. Going to the next play on 1st and 10, as I read this like a book, man, I could have caught that interception, but the butterfingers that I had, I dropped it. But they absolutely kicked 3 with their first points of the game. Imagine 38-3. It's over. As we kicked them the ball back off, they absolutely hit that left side. They were running from Flash Giggle Speed as he fell on his face, and this player got back up, and I'm telling you, he was trying to get loose. But coming, bam, oh man, he did. That was your problem for breaking the tackle, stupid. I didn't mean any harm by that. I'm sorry, buddy. But on 2nd and 4, on man-to-man, I almost had an interception, but on 4th and 16, man, on punt return, I said, I'm going to get down there. Bam! Oh man, it's like WWE. I'm a clean as clock. We were going to win the game. Flash Giggle Speed ends the game off for 12 total tackles. On to the next position battle against M. Antoine Jr., man, I came out intense. I said I failed the last one, so this time in the rain, I'm going to come out here and show coach that I earned that spot. With the last play in practice, I was nowhere close to winning it, but I said forget it. I went to go get him with a tackle, which then made me the number 2 cornerback on the depth chart. Into our next game was a big game against number 18 seed UAB. Bam! I cleaned this clock to show that boy that I'm here not to play with you. And if you know, you know. When you get that first hit, you think you're Superman. So I tried to clean this clock and absolutely missed them. But on 2nd and 3, I'm in my man-to-man, but that running back was toting that rock. I mean, dang, if you're 240 solid like that, I wouldn't want to hit you either. But on 1st and 10, I came down with my teammate. He threw my teammate, so I got back for him and laid a big hit and said, come with it. And this right here is what you call clinic take. I threw the quarterback off his game to throw it right to me, and he did so, but I dropped it. But they will absolutely kick 3. On 2nd and goal, it's like they kept driving down the field, and it's 17-14. We're down by 3, and we have to change the game by doing something. And Flash Giggle Speed would knock that ball out and run all the way with laying a big block for his teammate, and he is slow as could be. But I mean, he was going off the way. But in this next play, I tried to find the easy way out of this running back that's 240. I tried to come from behind a little bit and get a tackle on him as I did, but he dropped the ball. That boy was scared. Got him good. Absolutely took ACL, MCL out and made this QB do a flip, man. I'm coming with it. On 4th and goal, it's like every time we score, they go score. It's 26-28. They said, let's go for 2-point conversion, and we said, no, sir. That's a great stop for us. But on 4th and 12, they tried us by going for it. I said, I'm gonna intercept that ball, but I got shoestring. Oh man, I was gonna look at it in my eyes, but he will get me. Man, I wanted it. On 2nd and 10, it's 26-34, and man, when I say I wanted that interception right there, he kind of little boyed me by just catching it over my head, but I came back down and laid another big hit. I may be 5'9", 150, but on 1st and 10, I will absolutely reject him from going forward. But on 3rd and 12, I was sitting in my zone. Then I blitz. Why would I do that? They will go in and score. It's 34-34. 7 seconds on that clock. I will intercept that ball with one hand. Not only will I intercept it, but I'm going to find a way. Oh, man, juking and weaving, spin moving. He could, and he would break one tackle, and he could go. Oh, the way 4-6, and that was the greatest thing in history. Winning the walk-off interception, he gets player of the game. On to the next position battle was against the #1 cornerback. If you don't know me by now, then you absolutely live under a rock. I don't know why the QB throw the ball my way knowing that it's going to get intercepted. That's why he threw it out of bounds. But with one rep left in practice, I absolutely didn't get to that ball, and I will fail to win the position battle. Coach said I'm just not ready. On to our next game against Marshall. To start the game off, I was in man-to-man, and he absolutely broke his tackle, but bam, I cleaned his clock and made him do a backflip. Son, you're on your back. You shouldn't be on your back. Get high. But picking that ball off on 3rd and 4, man, I was not here to play. I absolutely broke on it like no one ever did in life. Going to the next one on 3rd and 3, I had a man-to-man, but they threw it to the flats and bam, oh man, I'm telling you, he's going to need an ice packet straight to his groin because that's going to hurt. But bam, clean his clock as well. Boy, you're not going to catch the ball on me, no sir. But absolutely getting dunked on the next play, I said I'm going to get him. After getting scored on, I said no sir. Bam, somebody's going to have to pay for it. And I hit him so hard when his head get rocked back like that, that's how you know you laid a great hit. But on 3rd and 5, intercepting that ball again. This time I could and I would go. Oh, the way 4-6, and man, I was fired up. When you're having a game like this, these are players that you call lesser men, but absolutely almost intercepting it again. On 1st and 10, oh boy, he heard them footsteps. That boy scared. But on 2nd and 10, I'm not gonna lie, he routed me up with the best route I ever seen in my life. That's the only reason I went the other way. But he will never do it again, I could tell you that much. Bam, cleaning his clock. I'm gonna show them boys who I am. We win the game. He absolutely ends the game off with 9 total tackles and 2 interceptions. Thus having a bye week this week and coach giving me another chance to move up that depth chart, I absolutely was strapping up on this man-to-man and said, son, you're not gonna get anything on me this practice. And they literally ran the same play, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna just pick it off because I'm taking it to the crib. Psych, I lied. They will absolutely stop me, but that was a great interception because it won me. Bam, that early. That's all coach needed to see. Running through him and bamming him. Oh man, that's how you run through somebody and manhandle him. Son, you need help. But coach said, congratulations, you are now the #1 cornerback. After being named the #1 cornerback coming to this game against Auburn, number 11 seed, it was time that we show these boys who we are. And on 1st and 10, bam, man, I absolutely cleaned his clock 2 plays in a row. I'm not here to play with anyone. Coming down again, I don't care how big you is. I'm gonna clean it. Yes, sir, I will clean your clock. But going into this next play, I about got demoted all the way down the depth chart after blitzing, but still making the tackle. I redeemed myself because if he would have threw that ball to me, oh man, I almost intercept that ball. Forget what I'm talking about. Let's focus on what's going on now. On 2nd and 4, man, I come down and laid another big hit, and on 1st and 10, man, I'm back in my zone. They threw it right to me. I will intercept that ball. Come on, let's get loose. Yes, sir. I will bounce it outside. I will have one man to beat. I absolutely taunted him and said, catch up, buddy. You can't. I'm too fast, buddy. They call me Flash Giggle Speed. But on 1st and 10, man, fumble that ball. I was so happy to try to get on it, but I was happy for my teammate because he got his first touchdown of the season, man. I'm absolutely booming things out here. But going into the next one on 1st and 10, man, almost a one-hand interception. Flash Giggle Speed is acting unordinary, trying to strip that ball out, but it wouldn't come out. I guess I'm not strong enough. But running all the way across the field, man, I said, I'm going to go make another tackle on their sideline. That's how athletic I am. But on 1st and 10, another interception and managed to stay in bounds. Man, he spin moved, but they rallied the ball. But on 1st and 10, boy, they got lucky. Look at this, man. I went up with one hand like I was Odell. Man, if I don't go up with 2 hands, I'm acting like I'm just a #1 cornerback now. Who do I think I am? But on 3rd and 10, man, I absolutely got dunked on. And on 2nd and goal, they will go in and score, but that doesn't define anything. everything. I'm still having a great game. And on 1st and 10, I will break on that ball again, and I could, and I would go for another TD. I was not here to play. I didn't game off for 13 total tackles and 3 interceptions. On to our next game against Tulane on 3rd and 4. Man, I about intercepted that ball and took it straight to the crib. Boom, on 1st and 10. That's how you lay that boom and show them boys that you're not scared. Even if you weigh 190 pounds, you're not scared of anything, but they will go for 6. Going into the next play on 1st and 10. Boom, I already knew it was a run from the start, so I just met him in the hole like we were going heads up back in the day. But laying another big hit to get off of the field on 3rd and 11. I'm sitting in my zone, and man, I went up for that ball, but I swatted down. Come on, baby, you gotta catch those, man. But on 1st and 10, I'm in man-to-man, and boy, I'm telling you, I'm putting a hand in there every time. You're not, bam, catching anything on him, and respect will be given when earned, so run me over. But on the next play on 1st and 10, he had a step on me, but I hit him and made him drop the ball because he was just scared of me. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely had me burnt dough for the ball. That was amazing. But on 3rd and goal, I'm gonna go get that hit, and that was a sack, baby. You know what time it is. But on 3rd and 11, sitting in my zone, don't you dump it off short. No, he didn't. He faked me out and dumped it off in the back of the end zone. But on 2nd and 7, staying in man-to-man this time, I just cannot catch the ball this game, man. I don't know what it is. But on 4th and 3, don't let that quarterback get loose because I'm going to clean this clock. But we win the game, and I didn't get off for 11 total tackles and 1 sack. But going into our next practice, man, I still had to come out to practice and still playing practices like they're my game because, bam, I'm telling you, it's going to get me better for the game and prepare me even better. But absolutely hitting our receivers and getting them better, man. I was getting blocked up on the edge, but I wasn't going to let them stop me. I muscled up and absolutely made the tackle outside. But he would run that ball, and I missed him the first time. I came back around and got him, but man, I will almost intercept that ball. I know that much. Bam, I came down and cleaned this clock. But with the last play in practice, I came down and laid another big hit, and coach said, great job practicing. Going into our next game against Southern Missouri on 2nd and 13, man, I hit him down as soon as I could, and on 3rd and 3, man, they ran that ball right in as I was on my back, which I shouldn't be on 3rd and 10. I'm in my zone, and I'm just letting them catch the ball. This wasn't a great start to our game. I'm not going to lie to you. It was 17-7. Yeah, we were winning, but they were driving the ball down, and I don't know what Flash Gigglespeed was out there doing. He was absolutely just letting them, bam, do whatever they wanted to do, and they will kick 3, and now it's 17-17. But we go down and capitalize and score again, and I'm just letting these boys catch the ball on me all night like it's a field day out there. What am I doing? But on 2nd and 3, man, I dipped and ripped, and the quarterback is faking me out. I got pilled on my back, and he's hitting the sideline, and man, just look at me, man. I'm looking pitiful out there. I'm just sad. I don't even want to be there. So I take ACMCL and I said, I have to step my game up. Bam, I absolutely did not play. I'm trying to hurt you now because now I'm mad. Yeah, he threw the ball out of bounds, and on 2nd and 10, he did some kind of zig route, but boy, I about intercepted it with one hand. And on 1st and 10, I'm going to get that QB. I don't care. You're mine, buddy. But on 4th and 6, I'm absolutely in my zone and almost intercept the ball, but we will absolutely go win the game, and I didn't get off for 9 total tackles. Going into our next game against Coastal Carolina, this is going to be a game for the books, but they started it off intense with a long reception down the field, and on 3rd and 8, I'm in my zone, but my teammates are just letting them run all over them, but they kicked 3, and on 2nd and 13, I made sure to get across that field since my teammates don't want to hit. I'm going to show them how to hit a 250-pound running back, and I'm a $150. I don't care, but I'm absolutely strapping up out there, and on 2nd and 5, look at this, man. He's getting stiff armed, so I help him out and throw him to the ground. Going into the next play on 3rd and 3, I'm in my zone, but they absolutely are laying that boom. That's what I'm talking about, team. Way to come alive as I get a hit as I catch him as soon as he caught the ball. But on 2nd and 14, man, this QB was moving. Oh, man, that was impressive. But on 3rd and 3, I'm sitting in my zone, and I told him to run that thing my way. Matter of fact, I'm going to come get you. How about that one? But on 2nd and 13, bam, I catch him on that sideline. I made sure to lay a hit on him. But, man, I almost had an interception, and, man, I was so close to getting that ball, and I absolutely took both of his hands and said, you're not going to catch it. But on 3rd and 12, I'm in the man-to-man, and, man, that D-line was rallying to the ball, so we settled him for 3. It's now 16-6. I club over it, and bam, I made sure he got nowhere. But on 3rd and 3, bam, I wanted the QB. Going into the next play on 3rd and 11, our DBs are absolutely trash. We let up a big gain down the middle, and that was just terrible, man. What are we doing? But on 1st and 10, I get blocked up, and they go in for 6, and then they get the 2-point conversion. They are not playing. But bam, oh, man, it's 14-22. It's time to end the game. On 2nd and 13, I come around that corner, blindside them, absolutely. Not blindside, I meant horse collar. That's what I meant. But they will score. We still win the game. I didn't get him off for 13 total tackles and 1 sack. Going into our next game against James Madison on 1st and 10, man, I boomed him, and I came out here not not to play. I'm not playing early on. And on 3rd and 5, man, look at that, man. I almost intercepted that ball. Way to get my back pedal after man, I about broke on that ball again. And that was going to be a boom. Oh, my. It's going crazy out here. And I am not playing. On 1st and goal, I said these boys are on the goal line and they are not getting in. I don't care what it takes, but they get in. But on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely back in my zone and come around that corner and make that QB fumble that ball as we pick that ball up, and we could and we would go all the way for 6. And I picked that ball up and said, that's my turnover. Forget the team effort, that's mine. But as we are absolutely blowing this team right here out of the water on 1st and 10, I'm sitting in my zone and the QB is overthrowing the ball. That's how good of coverage that I'm in. But bam, oh man, that's another big hit on him. And on 3rd and 1, I come around that corner and boy, them boys are fearing me. They are running behind their blocks and trying to stay safe. But I go up and go get that interception. Yeah, you didn't think I came down with it. Yes, sir, I did. But going into the next play, this is what we call the 3-10-30s. Break on that ball and go get it. And let's go take that thing to the crib as I could. Bam, rush right through him. Juke. Oh, man. And they will absolutely bring me down. And right there, I will break Miko Dotson record in school interceptions. I was not here to play. But on 2nd and 10, bam, I made sure to clean his clock. He tried to stiff arm me. I'm not going to lie. I ended up on my back, but hey, I still laid a big hit on him. I don't care. But on 2nd and 6, man, bam, oh man, he went flying. But we were going to win the game, and I ended the game off for 14 total tackles and 2 interceptions. Going into our next game against UTEP. This is the conference championship, and on 3rd and 2, man, we started off intense with a big hit. And man, I said we got to win this, man. We were one of the trashiest teams in our conference, and we absolutely proved everybody wrong once I got the starting job. But they absolutely tried to go down, score early on, but that just didn't happen. And on 1st and goal, it kind of did happen. They will go in and score. But on 3rd and 2, I said, get over here. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, shoestring, buddy, get over here. But on 2nd and 4, I absolutely hit his ACL, MCL. But it's now 10-10, and this dude tried to stiff arm me, so I took him all the way to the bench. And on 1st and 10, literally, step by step, I ran his whole route. You are trash, bro. You need to go get some routes in your bag. But on 2nd and 17, land another big hit. And on 1st and 10, the QB don't even know what to do, but he's going to try to scramble, break a tackle, so you know who's going to, bam, clean him up. Flash giggle speed. But on 2nd and 5, man, I said I want to blitz and caught him outside. I'm not going to lie. If I would have missed that tackle, that would have been 6. I'm not going to lie to you. But trying to blitz, they were going to score. It's 17-20, and man, if I would have broke on it a second earlier, it would have been a pick 6. But on 1st and 10, man, I told him, boy, you cannot mess with me, and we will go on to win the conference championship. And man, this hasn't been done in years. But guess what? Flash giggle speed is him. Welcome back, baby. But guess what? He didn't even win Heisman after winning it 3 years in a row. And I'm not gonna lie, things are not looking too promising for him in the NFL, but he's gonna enter the NFL draft. But I don't know if anyone's gonna pick him up. Drop a comment down below. What do you think is next for him?